Hey everyone.
What up?
Welcome back to another episode of Insert Subject Here.
Yeah.
I'm Makia.
I'm Anthony.
And this week we're going to Netflix and chill on this week's episode of Insert Subject Here. So how are you doing today, Anthony?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
It's 2 weeks and then Santa Claus is coming home. 2 weeks.
Santa, I know him.
And I am so angry because we haven't started watching our Christmas shows. But before we get into shows, be sure to subscribe to this page. Yes. Turn the notification bell on if you haven't already. Give this video a great big old thumbs up. And keep the conversation going in the comments section below.
Absolutely.
And tell a friend to stop on by. Speaking of telling a friend.
Tell a friend.
This week we were interviewed by Dame Dorse over on his channel.
Wait a minute, they were in the movie?
They were in the movie? Whoa! Yes! Who's first? I don't know. Who's first?
We're going to put the link to the video on his channel.
And it's also in the, I want to start saying that, it's also in the description if you don't catch it while you're watching.
Yeah. It was a great time.
Yes, it was.
We got to talk a little bit about how we met, how Insert Subject Here was birthed. And
it was therapy.
It was. It was. We got a little down and dirty with some things.
Fun-filled therapy session. He did that on purpose.
He did.
But it was a great interview. Check his channel out.
Daddy's issues.
Yeah, that came out. It was a lot. The true story of how we met and how we got together came out. Everything is. So go check it out if you want to know a little bit more about us behind the insert subject here, behind the mind. Yeah, you see what I did there, Dame? You see it? Okay.
Speaking of behind the mind, Sundays I go to the supermarket after church.
Yes, she does.
And I always tell everybody, text me what you want because supermarket shopping is therapeutic for me. I get to stroll through listening to the Jonas Brothers playing above me as I'm reaching over past people. And so I got everything that everybody wanted. And then I sent the kids out to walk the dog. And our baby girl was like, I got a delivery coming. And I'm like, okay, because she's been on Shein.
Whatever it's called.
Whatever.
She just spending all her money on it.
So I'm thinking, okay, maybe she's getting a package. This chick had her Nana, and Nana, I know you watching, had her Nana deliver junk food to her after I had just went to the supermarket. None of this was on the list that she gave me. But here, I'm sitting here like this gentleman comes and drops off a bag, and I'm embarrassed because he's probably looking at me like, you little, could have walked down to the corner store and got all this stuff.
It is literally, it's less than a block away from our house to get to a bunch of places for them to buy snacks.
Exactly.
And those lazy children refuse to walk. And
ridiculousness.
That's that.
Now I look like the lazy fool sitting in the house just Uber Eats and some Takis.
Hot Cheetos and Takis. Okay. Well, listen, we didn't do our job because I watched Richard Williams create two tennis superstars.
Yeah.
So apparently I'm doing something wrong. If you don't know what I'm talking about, King Richard came out on HBO Max a couple weeks ago. We try to give you some time to watch it, so it won't really be a spoiler when we talk about it freely. But it was a great way for them to address their upbringing and their past without really focusing too much on them. I think that was brilliant how they did it.
I agree. I learned a lot. I did not know it was other Williams sisters. I did not know that. And also other kids outside of the Williams sisters that are Williams, that King Richard was a filthy fornicator.
He was. He was a filthy fornicator, and he was a bit of a con man, in my opinion.
But the one thing that I can say is I think a lot of their success was because of him and not because of what he taught them, but because of the shenanigans that he did during the matches. So I think a lot of people tuned in and wanted to see how far he would go, how crazy he would go. I did not know that he really acted like that.
Yeah. It was part that, and their skill. Their skill level was
and I
amazing.
won't diminish that at all.
But I realized he had a lot less to do with it than I thought.
Yes.
And not only that, I think what I was saying to my kid when I was watching it, and if y'all watch Dame interview, y'all understand, I have daddy issues too. My dad wasn't there. I respected the fact that he was in their corner.
Yes.
So he had a lot of shenanigans with him. He was with it. He was with all the mess. But it almost, like, even if he didn't believe it or it wasn't genuine, he made them feel he believed in them.
I agree.
And I think that goes a long way. I think that's why he's still so relevant in their lives today, because that goes a long way. That belief, having a parent or having a support system really believe, that goes a very long way.
And I commend Serena for stepping out there on her own and starting to register herself for tennis matches. If you haven't watched, please watch it, because I don't want to spoil it, but it didn't go the way that I thought their story was. So I learned a lot. Speaking of sports, shame on you, a lot of you in the Black community, because y'all said Bruised was good. I started it. I couldn't even finish it. It's all over the place for me. I just can't. I can't do it. I'm gonna finish because I can't stop something once I started. Once the train has left the station, I gotta ride this thing and see where it lets us off at. But the movie sucks.
It did suck. It's no way around it. It really did suck. I watched it. So I've watched it 1.5 times, and I could have done without it. I could have done without it. Halle Berry isn't the greatest actor to me.
No.
I don't know if that's blasphemy or whatever, but she's not the greatest actress to me. But she didn't do anything in the movie for me to think it was a great movie.
Exactly.
Like, and I get it. This was her directorial debut. So she was trying to do her little thizzle in directing, but I don't know what she directed because it was only like maybe 6 people in the movie.
Yeah. I used to think she was the like standout, kind of, not the standout, but I thought like her standout role was Boomerang when she slapped Eddie Murphy. But then once you look at everything else in the movie, yeah, that was about
That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, she's not the best actress. I think it was because she wasn't believable as a fighter to me.
Yeah.
It was just the faces she made. It wasn't like when you watch it, and I will say spoiler alert on this one. So when you watch it, she's losing the fight, but her face doesn't gain any intensity. She just looks weird. Like she looks so confused, but it's the turnaround point. Like it's the climax. Oh, here's Hulk Hogan coming back. I didn't enjoy it. And I was a little angry that all of social media was like, oh, you gotta see Bruised.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to y'all no more.
No more. And speaking of Bruised, all of y'all females was talking about The Maid. I know you didn't watch The Maid.
I didn't watch The Maid.
I'm a park here real quick.
You gonna bang up?
I almost beat my TV because I was so angry at this girl in The Maid. Basically, The Maid is about a girl who she is abused mentally, almost physically, and emotionally.
Yeah, that's tough.
By her daughter's father. And so she leaves in the middle of the night. And it starts out like it's going to really, like, this is going to be an awesome show because a lot of stuff happened. But then you start to notice that everybody that she keeps running to, with the exception of one person, abuses her.
Really?
Yes, but she blames everybody except for one person. And she teeter-totters between two people who emotionally and verbally abuse her. And she just made a set of stupid decisions this whole movie to the point where I was like, at the end of it, I don't even care if you win at this point because you're getting on my nerves. Like she kept doing, it was like she was pretty much homeless. She was in a shelter.
Wow.
She was given so many opportunities, and I don't know if it was her pride was getting in her way or I don't know what it was, but she like managed to get herself out of every blessing she was given. The whole
self-sabotage.
She sabotaged everything, trying to be so prideful and.
People definitely do
social media because y'all recommended this, and I sat and suffered through. It got to the point where I just put it on at work and just keyed into a couple little things as I was working because I just wanted to hurry up and finish it.
Wow! Listen, I would come in the room and see her watching it, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably good on that. I don't need to go down this road.
And most stuff, I would be like, hey, watch the first or the second episode with me. And I was like, after episode 1, I did 2, and it lost me. And I'm so angry because at first I wanted her to win.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
And what's the girl from Princess and the Frog? And she played Princess
Anika Noni Rose.
She was in it, and so I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. And she just knocked every blessing that Anika Noni Rose tried to get. I'm over this chick. Blame you, social media.
It's your fault.
But before we go any further, if you've watched any of these shows or movies that we've talked about so far, drop down in the comments section below what you think. Did you enjoy them? What did you enjoy about them? What didn't you enjoy about them?
So I didn't see it, but what I did see was the DMX documentary on HBO Max. Followed him around on his last tour, the most recent tour before he passed, and I'm not giving spoilers. Like, it started when they picked him up from jail. I'm not giving spoilers, but I got emotional. I think it was too soon for me to watch it, but I did get emotional. And they show like interactions with his family, ex-wife, and new kids, him signing the deal. Oldest son they had issued, but him signing his deal. And I think I want people to watch it just for that part. Like him signing this deal to do the tour and the new CD. And then you hear where all the money's going because he owes all these people money. I was like, jeez, man. Like, X was really on hard times.
I loved DMX. Ish fun fact, I tried to try out for what do you want from her?
She was trying to come over west to go try out for that at Drew Hill Park.
So I rode, and the line was wrapped from Drew Hill Park down past North Avenue. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And then when I got there and I saw that ensembles that people were trying out in,
the ensemble,
and I was just down here in some jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh no!
I was like, it looked like the Mystical video. You remember?
Yeah. Danger. Listen, I was up there. Listen, I was like, wasn't gonna miss that opportunity to witness history.
They did not prepare me. So me and my girlfriend, we just kept right on.
You know what? This probably ain't for us.
This ain't for us. Yeah, I think everybody had, pretty much the only thing that was missing out there was a stripper pole. That's just how bad it was. So I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me.
This ain't the one, Daniel, son. You was in the wrong place.
Yeah, I was in the wrong place.
Speaking of wrong place. Kid, aka Kevin Hart, was in the wrong place in his limited series, True Story. It's a lot to unpack here, and I'm not going to rush this thing because everybody has seen. Oh, uncover your face. Everybody has seen it. It's a lot to unpack. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Was it the best plot I've ever seen in a show? No. Was it the best acting I've seen? I think probably I will go top 2 performances I've seen Kevin Hart do. Was it a lot of holes in this plot? Oh, yeah. Like, I think I figured it out from the very beginning. But let
me stop you here. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
The jury agrees with me, but go ahead.
Should you be laid up in the bed after some
fun-filled activities
after some afternoon delight, and your brother or sister come and wake you up and like, yo, the pretty young thing laying there next to you is dead? First of all, I'm going to ask, because my sister, she wouldn't just roll up in the room and check on. Like, what made you randomly check on the person laying next to your sibling? Like, that doesn't make sense. And then for you, like, the first thing I would do if I woke up next to somebody dead or somebody tell me the person is dead, I'd be like, hey. Like, none of that? Like, you don't check happened. None of that?
No. He didn't care about any of that. Kid was trying to save his reputation.
But you got to check things out. Like, to save your reputation, call the police.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Season 1 over. Episode 1. It's over.
The whole series is over.
It's over. Just call the police. And then she would have been like, I was playing. Them was just jokes.
The hardest part about the series to me was I understood what he was doing. I understood where he was going with this series. Like the whole naming himself Kid, not giving himself like he never mentioned his real name. Kid was the persona. I think Kevin Hart used this Netflix series to address all of the stuff he'd been through in the media. And he did it loosely so that it wasn't direct. Like McKib pointed out, he had 1 kid, but he got 3. But I think he wanted to do it so loosely that you couldn't say that. He got 4? He got no 4 kids.
He got 2 by the first wife, 2 by the second.
2 by the second wife. Yikes. He got 4 kids. So I think he loosely addressed it. And I think that was his goal with this series. Because, the Vegas thing. Yeah. The extortion by the best friend. The best friend just so happened to be the brother. But you know how you call your close friends. Like the people that's really in your corner, they're your brothers. It was his life. And he didn't have to do too much acting. So I get it. But McKay is so hard on him that she just didn't enjoy the series.
Now, let me tell you something. There are 2 movies that I like with Kevin Hart. About Last Night and The Wedding Ringer. I really like those.
There's so many more, though. He has a whole bunch of flops.
And I'm just telling you those are the ones that I like.
So you didn't like The Upside.
I didn't watch The Upside. And I liked his first 2.5 comedy specials. And I really liked him in the Russ Paul movie. Like, I was rocking with him.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I'll give him Soul Plane, because Soul Plane was, I had a couple little titters in
Paper Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers, I'll give him Paper Soldiers too. But this, to me, was big-headed, big ego Kevin Hart. It was like him walking around, I have $6 million. I got this movie coming out. Secret Life of Pets 2 is coming out. Secret Life of Pets 1 was doing great. Secret Life of Like, it was just him being very braggadocious. And then sprinkle in a little bit of drama. Because it was like, I don't even know why we're doing all of this right now.
Meaning the movie?
Meaning, if I had killed somebody and potentially killed somebody else, I wouldn't be able to function. Like, just me personally.
But he did a fairly convincing job of being distracted throughout the series.
At some points. And then he was back to, let's get on this live. And let me tell you something else. I don't care how big a fan I am. I love me some Beyonce. But if somebody come kick my tail over Beyonce's, because Beyonce done potentially killed somebody, and it's being pinned on me, I ain't taking that. I'm going to sing like a J-boy. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Kid Key.
Listen, it was the gist of it was, listen, this is my persona. Like, I feel like he did what he had to do to protect his image in order to continue to make money, because that was what it was. He got out of the hood of Philadelphia, and I think that's the goal of the series. I even take it a step further to say I didn't like Fatherhood. The documentary was it was okay. He had something going on, but it was enough to watch to see the behind the scenes stuff. But what I learned recently from his interview on The Breakfast Club was his deal with Netflix is not a deal for him, the person. His deal is a production deal. So all this stuff he's been putting out on Netflix is under his Heartbeat production. So he's producing all this stuff. And I realized that's the play in the end. Like, to go to Netflix, you go international immediately. Yeah. So I know he was trying to make Heartbeat Productions a real thing. And I think he's done decently with his efforts.
He's done decently.
This was one of the better ones to me.
I can say that I looked through social media before I watched, and some people was like, yeah, I couldn't get past the first episode. Some people were like, hey, did you see it? Because I got some questions. Like, I have a real big question about the end. I'm not going to spoil it because we done gave some spoilers already. I'm not going to spoil it.
Gave a bunch of spoilers.
But I have some questions at the end. So if you're interested, hit the comment section below so then I can ask you my questions.
Or, because I ain't going to do this with her. I told her the idea, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I think we should start, for all of the 15 or 16 of y'all that watch us faithfully, I think we should start a movie club. Yeah. And we watch a movie, and then we do like a Facebook room, and we get in the room and discuss it like once a month.
Down for that. So if you're down for that, do that hashtag I'm in down at the bottom so we know, and we'll include you.
Do hashtag I'm in and then help me out because there's a lot going on. Go to the Facebook page and comment and say you're in, so I can know how to add you to the room when we do it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Now, one thing that we did watch that nobody was really talking a lot about, but that we really liked,
newish,
was Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass.
I don't even want to say too much about it because I don't want to give much away, but
it was really good.
It was. It's a horror series. And it surrounds, like, I guess you could say, like the Catholic Church and what happens on this remote island. And the cinematography of it,
it blew me away.
It was really good.
Like, I'm going to go, I'll go on a limb and say, I love videography. I'll go on a limb and say from the very first scene.
Yes.
And how they shot the opening scene.
Yes.
It carried through the entire series, but that opening scene grabs your attention and just keeps pulling you in. And they did it slow. It wasn't a shock thing. They just slowly pulled you in. Like, they shot this well. The storyline was well. Actors I've never heard of before in my life. They did amazing. This was a great series.
It was, and they paralleled it so much because there are some people that believe in God and the afterlife and all that, and you have some people who don't, and they explain why they don't. And you can see things from both standpoints and the different things that happen in the series. And the monologues, like one little girl, something happened to her, and
she got to win an Emmy.
When she talked about that, I was like,
she got to win an Emmy. Between her and Monsignor Pruitt, they have to win an Emmy. I think I also wanted to say that I don't want you to think about it as just a horror movie, because the theming of it. I can't even say it's a horror. It's not a true horror.
It's just classified that way.
A horror, but it has a little sci-fi. But it has a little. But the undertone is religious fanaticism. Like, it's
expiation.
It goes really deep into people who are fanatic about religion,
right?
And it's not even I think in this it showed it's not even a Catholic thing,
right? They
just addressed it in the Catholic Church, but this is overarching. Those who go super crazy because the Bible, and we going by the letter like this, and it showed a person that was there who didn't want to be there anymore. Like, it had so many themes to address real life.
Yeah.
Y'all will love Midnight Mass. I know y'all don't like our horror movie recommendations, but this wasn't like the horror we like. This was an amazing series.
And one thing that I liked about it is it shows how people get so swept up in religion innocently. Going by, and you can see how they get so manipulated. So when you see these Bible thumpers and these people that are just, I go to church every day of the week, because there are people in the series that go to church every day of the week. And when you see how they get manipulated and handled and all of that, you just like, oh.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It showed it, like, the manipulation of how religion does, and it showed how they manipulate the Bible to fit what they want to do. It showed it, like, it was just, it's amazing.
It was.
I feel like that would be, I feel like that could be the first one we do let's have a deep dive conversation on Facebook Live about, because Midnight Mass was awesome, and it's a limited series, so you're not going to be watching forever. There's only 7 episodes, about an hour 15 minutes each.
And they all keep you, like, the stuff that happens to these people.
Except for one portion. One part, when one person's monologues were just like, I could have done without them. But everybody else's was amazing.
Yes.
Midnight Mass was the joint. And if you're looking for something, I downloaded Paramount Plus, and none of this is advertisement because ain't nobody giving us no advertising dollars yet. But Evil, you might remember us talking about Evil a while ago. Season 2 is on Paramount Plus, so that's
we about to
dive into that. And I'm watching the new game. That's really good. If you were ever into the game, this is a really good one too.
So after all of that, Anthony,
yo,
what do you have for us today?
It's the holiday season.
It's the holiday season.
Stop giving people gifts that you would want. Taste in anything is subjective. If it's for me and you bought me something, or you're buying somebody something, buy them something that fits them. Buy them something that fits their taste. Buy them something that speaks to them, not what you would have them have that's like you. I don't want a gift that you want. I want a gift that you know would be good for me. Parents do it all the time. I say we do it with our kids often. Like I remember we used to Christmas. I wasn't a big Christmas person, but we used to go out and buy these big stupid gifts, just dumb stuff that the kids would play with for one day, maybe two. Then it was in the closet. So I learned to just get them what they're asking for. So if you say all you want is money and some hot Cheetos and Takis, I'm giving you money and hot Cheetos and Takis. Learn to give receiver specific gifts. Or just don't give nothing at all. It's the holiday season. Do right by folks. That's all I got.
I used to hate every year I would get a candy cane full of like Skittles. You know them big I don't even like Skittles like that.
Mine was full of Reese's cups and I used to like mine.
I got Skittles. I ain't never ate no box of Skittles. That used to irritate me to my core. Like you used to go to Caldors and get the goddamn things that was right there when you're going through the line.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Think about you. Yes, babe.
So do anybody still put angel hair on their Christmas tree? What does angel hair say? I know what angel hair is. We used to have to do it every year at my grandfather's house. So it's two different kinds. So one kind is like icicles. They call it icicles. So it's like the silver and you just like, it's in a pack and you throw it all across your tree. What is that?
Hey, Tom. I believe she means tinsel.
Oh, it's tinsel?
But it's called angel hair today.
Well, my grandmother used to be like,
Midnight Mass, back to you.
Go to the store and get angel hair. And then there was actual angel hair that was put on a tree. It looked like blonde hair. I got two pictures. I'm going to drop them in here for you. But I just want to know, do anybody put tinsel and angel hair on their tree?
She gonna say tinsel. She said tinsel like I'm wrong.
No, I'm serious. It was called angel hair. Well, or that's what my grandma. And if my grandmother say this angel hair, then it's goddamn going angel hair.
Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
So hit that little emoji. You know the little lady that be like, or the fella. Put that down below if you remember angel hair. And if they don't do it anymore, why did you stop? I'm just curious.
But the anger in me is no, it doesn't say angel. Or it does say.
Thank you.
Let me read the whole thing. It says iridescent angel hair tinsel.
So two things
so
can
it's
be
angel
true.
Hair tinsel.
Now, take that hate on back.
I'm not because it's tinsel. Over west, we called it tinsel. Oh, you gonna hit me with the hurry up joint?
So this is a good episode.
Is a great episode. Like Micaiah said, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend we out here. Appreciate everybody that's out. Welcome to all the new subscribers that found us from the Dame Dorse interview. We appreciate you. Catch up so you can understand the jokes, become an insider. And man, just enjoy your holidays. Be safe out here. It's going to be cold. Prepare yourself. I think as you're watching this, it should be snowing. Fingers crossed. So that gives you time to go back and check out all the episodes you didn't watch and Netflix and chill and start watching Midnight Mass so we can have a good conversation. With that, I am Anthony.
And I'm going to sing us a going out song. It's the holiday season. Holiday season. And do. dickory-dock. And don't forget to hang up your sock. Cause just exactly at 12 o'clock, he'll be coming down the chimney down.
With his angel hair. Thanks for stopping by and talk some issues today.
Bye.